Hey Vapers, Stirfry here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the VLS RDA by Oumier. It's a nice RDA, and I'm going to be putting in it some lemon twist e-liquid. This is their wild watermelon lemonade, which has a really good flavor. Like my t-shirt, I got this, won this in a contest with melon twist. That's their new flavor that's just out. Might want to give it a try. Check out Twist e-liquids. And right now we're going to go downtown and we're going to investigate. And good evening. Today we're doing a review of Oumier VLS RDA. I like the shiny box on this. It's nice and reflective around the name and everything on here. Alright, scratch this up on the side. Yeah, a little information about the company on the back. Not suitable for people under the age 18. And there's not much on the box itself. Okay, yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Let's open it up. And this is the Oumier VLS RDA. See, I got the one with the clear. Sees it 810 drip tip, goon style. Got your O-ring on the inside. Now you can see right through here it's already got 2 O-rings. Like the setup on this. You got your mounting screw here, mounting screw there, so you can either go coils vertical or horizontal. 5 airflow holes. It has on both sides. Okay. It's got a pretty deep juice well. I like how deep that juice well is. Okay. In the bottom of the box, we have a little user manual. And that just tells you about the sizes of it. Tells you that the whole thing is 38 millimeters tall. Let's see. And 24 millimeters wide. Most of it's in Chinese. Let's see if the back's in English. There we go. Okay. PEI cap. And it just tells you about setting your coils up. Like I said, you can do them horizontal or vertical. Okay. Also in the bottom, Oumier 3.0. Let's say this is talking about. This is your cotton. This is Japanese cotton, probably. O-rings. 3-in-1 tool with a Phillips flathead. 2 flatheads. Some O-rings. You got a couple coils in here and some replacement grub screws. All right, we're going to do a build. Oops. We're going to do a build up on this, and then we're going to juice it up, vape it, and give you my thoughts. So I rolled 2 coils. I'm using Clapton Aliens 32 gauge. Okay. I didn't want to use the ones that are included, which they do have some in here. And these are 5. They are 5 wrap coils. Now I had to wrap them backwards because of the way they are set up in the pack. So I wanted to make sure I made them the same way. Alright. So these are the ones I'm going to put in the baby. I'm going to set this up on. I'm going to set this up on this. I love this baby. This is my steampunk mechanical mod. I'm only doing this so I can actually mount it. Okay. Now, I just noticed something that happened. This whole deck screws out from the base. Okay. So you have access to the negative and positive post. You see the peak insulator right there. Peak insulator on the bottom. It's a very interesting design, and it's reverse threaded. It's very interesting altogether. So I had to do 5 rolls. I had to take a roll out because I measured the ones in here. If you do 6 turns or 6 loops will actually be too long. 5 would be just perfect. And like I said, I had to wrap them backwards so when you put them in, they'll drop. Because if you do them the regular way, they'll be high. Alright, so we're going to loosen these up, and it's a flathead. I'll turn these all the way out. I like the way these are set up here. And we're going to do the bottom ones first. And I like the way the holes are set up for your coils. Because your bottom ones are here and they come out on the sides. And for the top, if you do, as if you're doing the vertical, the horizontal coils. Or if you're doing them vertical, okay, it's got one up top, one on the side, one on the top, one on the side. So when you do your vertical coils, they'll be like this. One up top, where it's dropping down, and then on the other side, it'll be here. You see? So what I'm going to do, for pity's sake, just to keep it simple, I'm going to do horizontal coils. I'm not going to do verticals. Although verticals are interesting, adds a lot of wick I don't want to play with. I'm not that advanced yet. So you're going to take your coil, and the way these are set up is you just kind of put them in. Did I get that bottom open yet? Nope. Let's open this up really good here. Make sure I got this hole all the way opened. Alright. Now we're all open. Alright. Like I said, this one I had to take a loop out of it. So we're going to do the bottom coil first. And these you're going to do with the legs on the bottom. Okay. I could probably do them the legs on top. Let me see. No, legs on bottom. The way they're set up. Yeah, that's why you got to reverse spin these coils. And you go. And then this one goes here. And that is out. But it's still not going quite in the... There's some nice size holes. And see what happens if you don't back the screw all the way out. There we go. And dropped in. Take my tool so I can just try to center this. Alright. I'm trying to center it space here. And it needs to be right in front of it. And then I'm going to tighten my screws, my grub screws down. There we go. Tighten that one up. I'm going to tighten up our other side. Now I rolled these at 2.5, which is good. I'm glad I didn't do a 3.0. 3.0 might have been just too big. Alright. There we go. Nice and tight. And then I'm going to try to center it. And you see the holes are right there. So I got them right in front of the holes. I'll bring it down a little bit. There we go. Because I'm going to put two coils in here. So this is a little low. I got my coil, so my air holes are going to hit it right about there. Okay, so now I have both of them in. Now they're not quite centered, but I can straighten that out. So we're going to... That top one's not tight, all that tight yet. Then we're going to tighten that one up. Come on, baby. See, now see how they're tightening the hole. The only thing I don't like about this with the top screws, if you're doing vertical, is it will twist your coil. Because it flattens it out, because I'm using flat coils. That's the only thing I don't like about this. So, but this one is right above. So now we're going to bring this coil down a little bit more. Bring this coil down, but don't want them touching. And like I said, this is why I'm using 2.5. If I used 3.0, they'd have been too big and they'd have been touching each other. Because I want to try to get them right around the airflow. Alright? Got them nice and centered. Now I'm going to cut. Right about there at the top in the middle. Take my second coil. I'm going to place that, like I said, like this. Legs, because they're backwards. Okay. One leg up top. One leg over on the other side. And we're going to do it the same way. We're going to hold this in place. And these screws tighten from the side. Alright. Now get my cutters. I'm going to cut these wires. Cut the excess legs. Now the great thing about the top cap being PEI or PIE, whatever it is, PEI, is you don't have to worry about them grounding out. Of course I'll scratch the inside of it up, but alright. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to check the resistance on this. I'm going to trust the ohm meter. So you got to be careful not to loosen that up. And we're reading a 0.18. Alright. So now I'm going to whip this up. And I just got this in. Just bought this the other day. Cotton Bacon Prime. It's like the version 2.0, but it's supposed to be better because the cotton wicking in this is supposed to be faster. It's supposed to be 33% faster at bringing the juice in. So, 0.21. And you know that's going to change. You know that's going to change when I heat it up. Let's see what it's reading up on the mod. Alright. Got our good old Sigelli Glow 230 Izzy. Then we got my rewrap batteries. And I'm not forgetting, you guys. I keep remembering I am going to do a little review on cotton threads. Okay. And my glow is reading about. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I hope I'll put the baby on there, right? Now you see the pin, it is protruding, but it's not that high out, but it is protruding a little bit. There we go. Screw it in. Sorry, it's hard to do this when you're looking through a camera lens. Alright, and this is reading 0.20. Now, here comes the fun part. With the way these coils are set up, I should have spaced them because it's going to be really hard to see any hot spots on the bottom coil. That's the one thing I really don't like about this now that I've just done it. So what I might do is take the top coil out, pulse that. That's what we're going to do because I don't want to complicate things. And I just cut these two. Let that be a lesson to you. So we're going to take out our top coil. Alright. And we got our bottom coil in. And we're going to pulse this. We're going to take it down 30 watts. And we're going to pulse the bottom coil. Now, I was reading a 0.41. So yeah, probably about a 0.20 is what I was reading. Again, remember, resistance changes with temperature. Alright. Yeah. Alright. I like this wire. Smooth out pretty quickly. Alright, let's take the other one and put it back in. It did smooth out very quickly. Because I used to get some coils I buy and they would be a nightmare sometimes. a nightmare trying to get the hot spots out. Let's put this back in here. Try to center it. Throw screws in. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Getting 30 watts. And reading 0.21. I'll bring this out just a wee bit. That's one little hot spot right there. There we go. There we go. That came out pretty good. Believe it or not, I got this wire on Wish. Called Pirate Coil. 10 feet, no, 15 feet, 32 gauge. And, let's see. Alright, now we're opening up Cotton Bacon Prime. I love cotton bacon. It's one of the best cottons I've had. That and the Japanese cotton. I tried the Kendo Vapes Gold, and I'm sorry, I didn't like the flavor of it. So I really don't try to move. Ooh, it's nice and fluffy. You know what? I like this. Yeah, I like this cotton. This is much different than the cotton bacon I'm used to. They're fatter strips. I like this because I gotta, let me see, just to pick it up. There's like another cotton bacon version 2, and this is fresh cotton bacon. It's really different. It really is. I mean, it seems the same, but no, this is a little different. It's a little fluffier. You know, probably a little bit more airy. Okay. Now I'm using 2.5, so I'm going to wick this up real quick, and we'll come back. Okay, so that's the VLS RDA by Oumier. My thoughts. One thing I did forget to mention, there was a squonk pin in the bottom of it. I didn't put it in because I'm not using a squonker. I'm using it right on my Sigelli Glow. I'm vaping right now at 65 watts. I got a 0.22 ohm build in there. The build was reading a little lower than that, but once you put it in, like I said, if you check out one of my videos, it talks about Ohm's law. I talk about how the resistance is going to change. Plus, a lot of things affect resistance when you're testing it. Like if you have an ohm meter, if you have a weak battery, that's going to give you a false reading. Anyway, about the Oumier. I didn't mention this, or I may have. The holes, the airflow holes on the side, you got 5 on each side, they're actually at a slant. They're not coming straight in at 90 degrees. They're actually at a slight angle down, so they are hitting the bottoms of your coils. They're completely adjustable. Let's talk about pros. It's got a really nice flavor on it. I love the colors. It comes with like the PEI, which is clear. They have the Ultim, and I believe they also have black. I like the clear. It was really appealing to me. I really like the way it looks. So pros, it's a good look. I like the 810 drip tip. I haven't tried. Let's see if another 810 will fit that. I got the one I take off. So you goon style. This one's a little loose, but it's also a little wet. So you got to find the right size one of the goon style drip tips. Colors, I like the looks of it. The one thing I didn't like is the coils when you're doing them vertical. Okay, no, excuse me, when you're doing them horizontal. I had to do the one coil first, get the hot spots out, then put the second coil on top. I didn't do a vertical build in this, but you can do a vertical build. I haven't worked with a vertical build in a long time, but you can do that. They're nice when you set them side by side. You just got to wick them properly. Leave a comment below if you'd like to see me. I'll do a vertical build on it in another video. If you want to see that, let me know. It gives a really good flavor. Again, cons, 810 drip tips you got to find. Like I said, I don't like the way you have to do your horizontal coils. But it's a really, really good flavor in this. Really good flavor in this. In fact, this is the best I've tasted the lemon twist watermelon. What's in this RDA. I do like all their flavors, but the watermelon I wasn't crazy about as much. I still liked it, but it tastes really good in this RDA. Pros, price point. Building it was not that bad. Again, with the coils, the horizontal coils can be a pain if you're doing stacking them. When you do stack them, I don't really like the way the air holes are set up. You know, you got to build your coils pretty close together. I did a 2.5 build in here. If you build a 3.0 or larger, you're gonna have a real tough time fitting them in, and the coils may actually hit each other. All in all, it's a good RDA. It's got good. You got a good vape out of it. Got a good cloud. Got a great flavor, and it's a really good RDA. Would I buy it? Oh, I did. So answer that question, right? Am I happy with my purchase? I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied with this. Now, like I said, I don't get sponsors. I don't have a lot of people backing me up. Everything I'm trying, everything I review is something I bought myself. So if I give it a bad review, believe it, it's a bad review. If I give it a good review, again, these are all my personal opinions. So that's the VLS RDA by Oumier. Vape strong, vape on.